Hey, you are tuned in to the Lick Show, Hits 92.3. And today we are going to talk about ways to pivot, not away from your business, but ways to make more money to keep your business flowing effectively. Also, with our Wine and Women Wednesday, we are going to be talking about if your parents and your friends and family do not approve of your spouse, would you still marry them? Would you still get in a serious relationship with them? And there's also another conversation that happened this morning on social media. If a parent badmouth another parent, are they still a good parent? We'll be right back. Lick Show Hits 92.3. You are now tuned in to Hits 92.3, where we take great pride in personal expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideals. What you're getting ready to hear on this show are the opinions of the hosts and their guests, and they do not reflect the opinions of Hits 92.3 radio station, the brand, management, staff, their respective advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. Now stay tuned as this show begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are back. Lick Show Hits 92.3. And listen, y'all. So, ways to make your business stay effective without closing down. Like, I know we briefly touch on these things all the time, but me and my girl Sunshine have been doing the damn thing. I always feel like there should be limitless things that you do to make sure that you've exhausted every possibility before you close a business down, before you stop doing what you absolutely love to do. And I know you always have to have funds. Funds is the number one thing you need to make a business run. But I will add to that too, because I used to always say that resources also helps with making a business run. One of the major things that I love to do is to barter services. So when I say barter service, and I don't even mean to put her out there like that, but this is just a prime example. I had a real estate agent come to me and she was like, "How can we barter?" I'm like, unless you're gonna give me a house, I don't know how I can barter with a real estate agent. So when you're bartering with different businesses, make sure that the business that you are bartering with has a service or a product that benefits you and your business growth. So if your business is struggling in one area, you need marketing, you need advertising. The best thing to do is to team up with a graphic print designer for one. Team up with someone that is a brand ambassador that could be an ambassador for your business. I wouldn't say team up with a restaurant that'll give you a free meal for promo, because what does that have to do with the growth of your business? Now, that might help with the finances. You ain't got no money to eat dinner. You can go here and eat. I just always want to make sure that whoever I'm bartering services with benefits the business that I have. In return, give them something that they want and need for themselves. There's a couple of businesses since I made that post that I was doing barter services that have been beneficial, and I'm getting ready to start them this month. I wanted to start fresh and new for September. So you'll be seeing me promoting a few different businesses and different partnerships that I have been attached to. So that to me is one major thing that you can do. Another thing is find a part-time job. Some people go to the full-time. Now I'll tell you, I've tried that. I've tried to get a full-time 9 to 5 salary job. And if you have a business that's at least thriving, it's hard to do that. Unless you have a bunch of people in place to where you can literally walk away from that business, which if you could do that, you wouldn't be in a position to have a part-time or a full-time job in the first place. So you're not in that position. If you can get a job, find a job within the hours that don't affect the 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 work that you have to do within your business. So I don't care if you are an artist and you got to be in clubs performing every single night. Find a job in the morning. If you are a person that has something you got to do in the morning and something that you have to do in the night, you might have to find something overnight. I don't know. Amazon is always hiring overnight. And I'm one of those people that always say a job is not going to afford my current lifestyle. But sitting at home making $0 is also not going to afford your lifestyle. So make sure that you find something that does not interfere with the business that you have, the dream and the career that you're currently working, unless that dream is just not working for you whatsoever, then you might have to pivot completely. But if you're finding some type of traction and it's worth keeping and worth keeping open, then find something that doesn't affect that in any kind of way. You just may have to lose sleep. I think that's the biggest thing, the biggest sacrifice of finding something part time. And if people are like, it's hard to find a job, I've sent a million resumes on Indeed, I've done this, I've done that. There's always Uber. And again, Amazon is always hiring. My kids, they can put up an application in 2 days. Amazon is gonna call them right back. So Amazon is always hiring. What else is there? You got Amazon, you got DoorDash, Uber Eats, you've got Uber, you got Lyft, you have, I don't know, people who? What's Shipped? Oh, okay. So Shipped is like DoorDash and Uber Eats for groceries. Okay, so you got Shipped. So just think of different things. Like if you are a person that is good at doing braids, if you're good at doing, if you can cut hair, you can still do that, ma'am. Why you can't do that?
One, my brain doesn't move and work like that anymore. Like I don't see the angles the same way and
Okay, I was
stuff.
about to
Like
say I didn't get what you meant.
yeah,
Okay,
nah, it's a talent to that.
gotcha.
It's
It's a
definitely a
skill.
skill set that you have to hone. Plus the hours doing this and that wouldn't work out. But I absolutely agree with you. There are multiple what's it called, apps, and I think for someone who hasn't really been in the job market in the same way, like a 9 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
having to go back and try to find a job or apply for a job comparative to how we used to do, like walk in a place, show them your personality, ask for the manager,
Mm-hmm.
get a piece of paper, fill it out, give it back. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you wink at the guy manager so you get a call back, stuff like that.
Yes,
Oh God, just being on the computer and filling out the same
girl.
resume over and over and over again. I think it's built to make you feel some kind of way and feel discouraged and to give up.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, everybody's been on my Instagram the last couple of days and y'all done seen I done got a couple of different jobs, right?
She Jamaican for
For
real.
real, for real. Um I was about to say something real crazy. But when I finally did get a job, it wasn't because of an application I filled out. It was because of going through my phone and utilizing my resources.
Resources, I'm telling you.
And it was also because I was never afraid to step up and say, "Hey, I need a
Mm-hmm.
job." And I
Mm-hmm.
think, especially as women and independent women, let that go. We always want to, I don't need nobody. I'm not asking about nobody for no help. I'm not begging nobody for nothing. I don't want to disturb nobody.
Ooh, that is me. You
Baby, let me
punching
tell you
me right
something.
now.
Let me tell you something. Do you know how many times I had to call him to get on the
Ooh,
schedule?
really?
Do you know how many times I had to be like, hey, no, I was for real. I needed a job. Within a 3-day span, I know I called that man at least 6 times.
Oh yeah, then he knew you was dead
He
serious.
knew I was
He knew you was
serious.
serious,
But
and
again,
that's probably what got you the job. Honestly.
again, how bad do you want it? Do you want it bad enough that your ego
Mm-hmm.
isn't a factor anymore?
Yep.
And all hustle, no fear means exactly that. In times of ego, you got to let that go so that you could let that fear go that, oh, they gonna judge me. That's
Mm-hmm.
fear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they gonna judge me. Oh, I can't I gotta downsize my car so that I can, survive or whatever. But oh, people gonna think I'm broke, or
Yep.
I can't be going out
When
to
I
eat
say I
like that
went
and
through all
stunting.
of that,
You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna think I ain't got it no more, man. F them,
F them people, because them
f
people are
them
not paying the
people.
bills that you are struggling to pay.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So hustle without any fear of judgment, without fear that you ain't gonna get no sleep. Get that nap in between the show. Do what you
Mm-hmm.
do
Mm-hmm.
what you gotta do. Like really figure it out. You might have to sleep in the car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But how bad do you want that degree?
Yep.
You might have to sleep in your car. You might have to get a job as a security guard so that you could do your homework while you ain't doing nothing at work.
Yes.
Like
Come
figure out a way
on.
to make it work
You
and
figured it
stop,
out.
yeah, and stop complaining about it. Somebody just asked me, they was like, with you being gone all the time, what's up with you and the kids? Baby, the
See,
kids in the
that's what I
bed.
hate.
No, the bed, I let it out. The kids in the bed by 9. I'm at
Yeah.
work while they sleep
Yeah. So
anyway.
this is just sidebar conversation. there's a girl that was on a reality show, and she has a daughter. And so every time somebody sees her online, they was like, "Dang, where is your kid at? She has a life outside of her kid. Why can't people?" And then she just came off of the highest watched viewed show, Love Island. Shout out to Huda. She just
Mm.
came off that show. The whole world's eyes are on you right now. You got to make the best of this for you and your child.
Right.
Yes, I have to be gone. Yes, my
Right.
kid is not going to be in the club with me and I'm in the club every night. I got to take advantage of this little window because the show just went off. And guess what? In about a month or two, we're not going to remember them folks' name.
And not only that, but what is 6 months out of a lifetime? I think people be making moms feel bad because they got to do something for, let's say
Man.
I got to put in this work for a year. This is my kid until they die.
Until they
You know
die.
what I'm saying? I've got 40 more years to make up this 6 months.
Exactly. And I will tell you this, and I've had conversations with my kids. So when everything pops, I'm glad I did it when I did it because my kids are older now. So I want to get to a point where I can give them the down payment to buy their houses instead of being the mom that took them to and no disrespect to anybody, and I'm glad and I'm grateful for everybody that's been able to do things for their kids when they were younger, but I was in hustle mode when my kids were little. So now that they're older, you can help them. My son is an entrepreneur. He has a clothing line. So guess who he can go to when it comes to entrepreneurial advice?
And
His mother.
and I've always said I don't want to live vicariously through my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
I
want to
did
be the
that.
parent to tell my kids that you should do this, that, and the third when my whole life I did not do
I was that
anything.
parent
You know what
when
I
he
mean?
got older. As soon as he graduated high school, he wanted to move out. And I was like, no, you're going to travel. You're going to get your car. You're going to pay your car off. You're going to do it. Because I'm thinking, I didn't get to do those things. So maybe he wanted to do something else, but I was just like, no, no, no. So now he's like, I don't care what you say. I'm moving out. I want my own place. I want to experience having my own house. And still to this day, I'm like, why are you leaving when you don't have to leave? It's expensive out there. Take advantage of this while you can, because most parents will put you out at 18. Um,
My mom
but
did.
I get what you're saying though. Let
Yeah.
the kids live their life, do not living through them. So I
And
did do that before.
and
Yeah.
then again, you can always, like, I don't know how your parents were with you, but growing up, my parents weren't communicative with me. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like, they didn't explain why we were about to go through things, or this is going on, so this is going to be the result of it. You kind of were just living through whatever
Same.
was happening,
Same.
right?
Same.
Okay, so if we are communicative with our kids and we're like, "Hey, I'm just gonna let you know, mom has got a goal. She's planning something. And so to do that, I've got to put in some extra work for a little bit." I think that kid will understand
Mm-hmm.
that a whole lot better than
Mm-hmm.
you just disappearing and they not know what's going on.
Exactly.
If you tell the kid, "Hey, listen, I'm going through this right now. I'm doing this, and this is for whatever goal I have, or in the future, you'll understand why I can't really tell you right now, but you'll see the benefits of it later.
Yeah.
But hey, look, if I'm dropping the ball in any way, if I'm falling short, or if you ever need me and
Mm-hmm.
I don't notice, call me out.
Yeah.
Say
Yes. Oh yeah.
something
You know me
so
and
that
my
I can
kids.
step right, so
We
I
got
can
great
step up."
communicative relationship.
And in
So
that
I'll
case,
go
nobody
to.
can ever make you feel bad.
They can't
They
because
can't,
everybody knows what's going on.
because the people that matter
Yeah. That
know
part.
what's going
That
on.
part.
So if you have an ex-husband, if you got a baby daddy, if you got a mom, oh God, the moms be the worst ones. You supposed to be there for those kids and you too busy trying. Why you not being a good look? You know what?
Look.
me and my kids already had this conversation, lady. I'm telling you right now. Leave me alone.
So I go as far as like when I get a new gig, I'm like, okay, things are about to be crazy because I just picked up this gig, I just picked up that gig, I just picked up that gig, so I'm not going to really be at home. I go as far as to show them the actual bills at the house. So we do the prepaid power. So it tells you every single day how much is on that account. And when it gets low, it'll tell you. And if it goes too low, it'll shut your stuff off. Where you make a call, pay it, and it'll be back on within less than 30 seconds.
Okay.
So when it gets like, I'll put a certain amount on there at the beginning of the week, and I can tell the difference, obviously, versus when everybody's at home versus when everybody's at work that week, when they had a lot going on and nobody's at home.
So does it work like unplugging your refrigerator and your appliances and stuff when you gone?
I don't know. I never
Oh.
went that far. forbid I ever have to try to do that. Save some power.
We about to go unplug the washer and dryer so we can leave.
Okay, we got 32 lamps in this house. Go unplug them all, y'all. No, I have no idea. I have no idea. But I remember it was a time a couple weeks ago where everybody was kind of at home the whole week. I had a certain amount on there that should have lasted at least 2 weeks, and the thing lasted 3 days. So I was like, hey, once this goes out, if it gets cut off, I got an office to go to. So y'all gonna have to figure out, like, y'all can't be sitting at home. What's going on? Did somebody quit their job? Like, what y'all doing? I noticed my daughter, she got back into being a gamer. So she's up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning on the game, her headphones on, she on her computer. My son, again, he has a clothing line. So he's got his laptop over this way. He's got his print machine this way, his sewing machine going over here. Oh, y'all living it up. But who finna pay for this? I love the fact that y'all got y'all thing going, but I put this amount on here and it's supposed to last a while. So I always show them, if you want to move out, this is what this looks like. Show them the water bill, show them the gas bill, show them the power bill, the trash bill, the lawn service, like all this stuff I have to pay for on top of a business that has all the things that has to be paid here on top of payroll and everything else. So yeah, I don't know how we got that far into talking about the kids and bills and all of that. But if you're just tuning in, of course, you are on the Lick Show, and we are talking about ways not necessarily to pivot away from your business, but to pivot from sitting there watching your business go down the drain, and you go do something to make money. And one is it's a joke, but it's not a joke.
It's the oldest profession in the book.
They got these sugar daddies out here, ladies. Get you one.
You better call Earl.
You better call Earl. No, it's Nate. Call Nate. I'm in a bind, Nate.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Somebody was on me the other day, and they were like, you only like men that have this and do this and blah. And I love that I have that reputation, because that means everybody everybody ain't gonna approach me. If I'm not approachable, I'm doing something right. If every man thinks he can approach me and every man thinks he have a chance, then I'm not doing something right. And so I was telling him about this part-time, and I got to tell y'all this story too. It ties into what I'm about to say. But I was telling him about a part-time job I had an interview for. And he was like, you getting a part-time, what did you get a part-time job for? I said, because I'm not a gold digger. Didn't you just say you thought I was a gold digger? If I was a gold digger, why on earth would I go on a job interview? So let me tell y'all this, because I talked about this last week, and this is why I'm telling y'all this, is because I feel like y'all are family. I have been talking about this for a while. When I said I wanted to take up golf, remember me talking about this last week? I was like, I want to get into the golf realm because deals go down on the golf course. I've been hearing this my whole life. You want to make deals, get into golf. I tried it. I liked it the first day. After a couple lessons, I'm like, this is way harder than I thought it was going to be. And anything that's too hard. Yeah.
KELZ don't sweat. And then golf ain't nothing but walking a ball down the lane.
It's
KELZ ain't
hard.
about to do all that walking.
No, I'm getting in the cute golf
like
cart now.
KELZ, I knew when she said she wanted to do it, I was like,
but
okay.
I was still trying. It's a certain way you got to hold it. It's a certain way you have to swing. It's all in your hips. And I'm like, look, I don't want all this technical. I just want to hit the ball and talk to people. I'm here to talk to people. I ain't here to learn how to play for real. But because I'm such a competitive person, I wanted to learn the skill of golf. And every lesson, it became less and less desirable. So I was like, okay, maybe playing golf is not going to be my thing. So I'm just going to come with him and watch him play golf and talk to people while they're playing golf. Meanwhile, while I'm having this thought, I'm at home chilling, and across my screen, it says such and such golf club. So I'm like, I know I don't owe anybody anything. I go with him. If he owes some fees, how they get my number? So I'm like, maybe he's there and he's calling me from the place. I don't know. So I answer, and she's like, hi, you put in an application. She was like, it's been so long. We are months behind on interviewing and this, that, and the third, and blah, blah, blah. And so we're talking, and I'm like, "Where are you from? Like, what's the position?" Because remember, I kept saying I wanted a part-time job, and I was like, I wanted something that wouldn't interfere with anything that I have to do, something just for a couple of hours a week. I can't do a full-time job because I have a whole business I got to run, and it just interferes. It's not going to work. And so I was like, it's going to be impossible to find an admin position part-time because most of those positions are full-time. And with everybody looking for a job these days, that just made it even worse that I'm looking for a part-time in an office during the week. So she's telling me the hours are a couple hours during the day, a couple of hours during the week. It's not a full-time position. It's some weekends. And they're closed on Monday. So I'm like, dang, is this like 3 hours a week? Like, what are y'all looking for? And so I'm like, okay, what's the name of the place? And she tells me the name, and it's a golf club. So I was like, how did I make this align without even knowing? And this is what I kept saying last week too, is I've learned to take my hands off of everything. I let things happen the way that they're going to happen, and however it happens, it happens. If my gut and my intuition doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel comfortable and natural, I don't do it. If I feel absolutely nothing negative towards it, then I let it happen. And being that I let things happen, even if it makes me uncomfortable, then I do it, and it has been working for me. So I just tell people, like, if you are a control, and I didn't even know I was a control freak, y'all. If you are a control freak,
What?
no, I didn't know.
How long did it take for you to let me help you?
That wasn't necessarily a control freak.
That's
That was
exactly what that you even
no.
said it in those
I'm
words.
in this position right now. If you was to leave the visual part of us, we'd be messed up. That has always been my fear of having a business and letting somebody in and like not micromanaging and let them handle their position. Is if you get into these positions that I'm in right now. That's always been my fear. It's not that I want to do everything. It's if this person leaves, something's going to be messed up. That has always been my biggest fear with Hits 92.3.
I ain't going nowhere.
No, I'm just saying, like, say you're busy, you got to work, and then we get a show on a Friday and a Saturday at night, which we wouldn't. But what if we were still open on Fridays and Saturday nights? I'd be like, oh, we can't do it because she got a job now. So that has always been my biggest fear. You could, yeah, Judy know that too. I'd just be like, the ball gonna be dropped if this happens or if that happens, or because it happens. Life changes, situations change, people change, experiences and situations change. That's life, and that's all you can say is it's life. So I always want to make sure, and I just feel like everybody that owns a business should know every aspect of their business. If you are a person that owns a restaurant, you should know how every moving piece of your business works. Because what if somebody is late, they're sick, they got to go out of town, or they just quit or get promoted somewhere else? Then what are you going to do? Because then now you're standing there like, I have a homegirl that just said the other day, she's not saying that her position can't be done, but the people that own the business would struggle if she was to quit today because she does the job of 3 or 4 different positions in that company, and they would suffer badly for a while until they can find the amount of people that could handle what she's been doing. But she's been there almost 20 years.
Hey, she's in a very special position because she could tell them that, hey, I've been recruited by a couple of other companies to do this exact same job, but they're willing to pay me more because I'm doing multiple positions.
Yeah, not to cut you off, she can't do that because the next step up is licensing. She doesn't have degrees for the next positions.
No.
So she's tapped out anywhere. She's tapped out. She's in the real estate realm, but she has to have licenses to go up to a better position.
No, I'm not saying a better position.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes we don't think laterally. Sometimes you have to go sideways before you can go up, right? And so just saying, hey, I'm getting headhunted for this position that I do right here. Just gonna do the exact same thing somewhere else, but they see my work and they see that they can pay me more. And let that company be like, oh, well, wait a minute, hold on. Let us counter offer.
Yeah.
She might not even have an offer out there. But just the fact that they don't want to lose her because they know, especially if they know and she knows how much she does. Okay, you guys are definitely saving money making me do 3 or 4 positions.
And I know
Hire
they know that.
right. Me
Yep.
losing me means that you have to hire 4 of me, which means you're gonna have to shell out some more money. Why not just pay me for
Pay me
one more
more.
for me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Some companies will
Let her
just
know
be
that.
like, okay,
Mhm.
yeah, we understand you got to do what you got to do.
Mhm.
My sister was in the same boat. She does way more in her position than she's paid. And she's in school. She's in her last year of school. Shout out to Melissa, love her so much. She's in her last year of school, which interferes with some of her work schedule for
Mhm.
this one class. And she has to finish this last class in order to graduate. And as long as she's been working for this company, they're like, you can't do it because we're going to have to hire somebody for your position. One class so that she can get the certifications to legally help out with the things that she's doing at her job already. They don't want to allow her for this one semester to leave early to finish this one class. So some
But guess
companies
what?
just don't care.
But guess what? When she does it, it's gonna be a company that takes her on. Let
Absolutely.
her set. Hey,
Yeah.
that's y'all lost then.
Yeah.
That's y'all lost.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, that's a very big issue with companies is that they don't see the value in their workforce. Again, another reason why I stay here because
Hmm.
you see the value in your workforce, and that means a lot more to me than just somebody who doesn't care whether or not I come in or not,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
But it's so difficult, especially now because of the fact that we're losing our civil rights as far as non-discrimination laws and stuff like that, especially in the government sector. So it's kind of hard to pull rank. Not only that, if you do or don't know, you're losing a lot of your protections just as an employee because they're wiping back a lot of your protections. There's right to work states.
Hmm.
They're trying to get rid of OSHA, all kind of stuff. So yeah, I get it.
Crazy.
Huh?
I said crazy.
Yeah.
It's a
So
different
I
world we living in.
definitely get it.
And I keep saying this too, and it's scary even for me too. Everything you have known, everything you were taught when you were younger, you have to forget it.
Mhm. Not a
We
crafty
can't we can't think
username.
about the things of how it used to work and how it used to be. You have no choice but to move within the realm of the world today because it's not going anywhere. It's not going to go back to how it used to be.
Ever.
This is
Nothing
this
goes
is
back. It's
it.
linear. It
It's
only
it.
goes for it's linear and it's cylindrical. It it'll it'll we go through
Man.
the same shit over and over again, but it's only going forward.
Mhm.
Let's see. Not a crafty username said a company getting in the way of an employee's education should be illegal.
It should be.
It should be.
Mhm.
It
I
really
agree with
should
that
be.
too. And she's like, Melissa is so sweet. She just don't want to rock the
Mhm.
boat. But I'm like, one semester is a couple months. Like y'all can
Mhm.
y'all could be okay with her leaving early for a couple of months. It went to the board and everything. They had a whole discussion about it
Mm.
and came to the conclusion like, no, that's not gonna work for us. So I was like, so what are you gonna do? She's like, I gotta go to work. So that means it's gonna take her longer now to finish school. Which I'm like, I don't know. And that's just me. I just feel like I just find another job so that I can
Mhm.
finish. But if you got a whole livelihood and you got a husband and you got kids and you got to do what you got to do, you got to
Mhm.
do what you got to do. Um, yeah, I would finish school though because once you get that piece of paper that
That's it.
everybody
That's what you
needs,
use. Yep, that's what you're
you can
using.
take that anywhere, and that might be. And okay, so I always this is me losing control is noticing that God pushes me out of situations I never leave on my own. And I'm never just I'm never just like a little tug. I'm like pushed down in the dirt, knees scraped, rocks all in my legs and knees. And I'm like, okay, now I hear you because I didn't have a choice. Now I gotta get up and brush myself off and like, okay, what were you saying?
Stop yelling at me.
That's you
Because
too?
I think I'm realizing
Man.
that it takes for me to just be buried and done
Yes.
before I find
I get the push where I get the whiplash
yeah.
in my neck.
No, wait.
Oh wow.
We
Wow,
don't think
Jesus.
it's serious until you
Wow.
sit up in there and they actually close the door and you're like, oh wait, you're gonna leave me. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta do something now. Okay. Okay. Like
Yep. When they say
procrastination nation.
you say you on the boat and you ask for help and he sent like I don't know that whole story like verbatim, but he sends you all the help comes and all the help leaves, and I'm still like, God, I need you. You said you never leave me.
He sent the boat. He sent the plane. Hell, he even sent
a fine chocolate man on a yacht, and you still was like, I'm waiting on God. Please get out my face. My God got me. I don't trust your intentions.
And God up there talking about, help me help you. Let go of the wheel. I tried to take the wheel.
And you fought back.
And you just steadily trying to take it back.
Yes. I have to, like, it has to be like I get down to nothing, and then I'm like, okay.
You got to get hit over the head, like knocked out.
I got you. I hear now. I hear you. What were you saying? Oh, that was you talking. Oh, okay.
Oh.
My bad. That's me all the way. So don't ever get to that point. Follow your gut. Listen to yourself, because yourself is going to tell you. I kept saying, I was taking it literal when people were saying, God bless me, I'm so cute. People would be like, God spoke to me. And I'm like, I don't hear him. But I'm thinking y'all actually hear like spirit saying, KELZ, go this way. I'm thinking that's what people are hearing when they say God speaks to me.
No, it's more so of, like, for me, if something just continuously over and over and over is staying on my heart, I can't, we forget stuff so easily and so quickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that thing that you just can't let it go, it's just eating at you, and you have to, that's God.
And I was thinking it was something more literal.
No, that's God.
So
that's God. God is literally saying, I'm keep coming back. And then you'll be like, somebody else was just talking to me about that. That's called God was using you.
He hit the boat.
God was using them.
I'd be like, okay, I tapped you on the shoulder. You didn't hear that.
I hit you with a brick.
You didn't feel that.
I ran your car off the street.
Well, that's when, now you should hear it. Or you about to see him face to face. Either one.
What else?
Come here, because you just weren't doing right down there.
Yeah, like
go on and sit on this cloud and shut up.
What else do I needed to say?
What's the name? Since you said that, I'm seeing this thing on Instagram.
Okay, bet.
What is that?
Let's go to a commercial.
Okay, so Wine and Women Wednesday, y'all. We are talking about ways to keep your business afloat if you have to get a part-time job, if you have to do a side hustle, if you got to get you a sugar daddy. We'll be right back, and we're going to be talking about, if your friends and family do not approve of your mate, would you still marry them? And we're adding one that Ashley sent me this morning, because we got to talk about that one. Yes. If the man or if the mom or dad disrespects the other parent, can they still be a good parent? We'll be right back. Lick Shiow hits 92.3.
Way down in the valley deep is a bastard child from the belly of the beast. Going bar to bar all across the land. All the women call him Mr. Country Man. I've been drinking, take the state bar to bar. Drinking, I drive big truck, fast car. I smoke California country band. Yeah. All the women call me the lover. When you see the booze knocking, then you hear the whiskey pouring. See a stallion looking out and screaming, oh my darling. Wham bam, thank you ma'am, baby, I'm hard. Got a plan for the future, she will see me in the morning. Driving like you're dancing on the pool, my darling. Trying to pull up on my Jack Daniel whiskey, I'm pouring. At a bar laying the land and say the country man touring. I'm a rolling stone, I'll be gone for the morning. Way down in the valley deep is a bastard child from the belly of the beast. Going bar to bar all across the land. All the women call him the country man. Country man. Way down in the valley deep is a bastard child from the belly of the beast. Going bar to bar all across the land. All the women call him the country man. Seen a room 2 days ago, had to beg my pardon. Round for round, we throw him down, screaming, oh my darling. And a girl had a friend and she think I'm awesome. Like my deer in the headlight and now I'm playing possum. Drinking, take some shots, put naked in the booth. Country man gotta leave in the morning. Drinking, take some shots, but naked in the booth. Country man gotta leave in the morning. Way down in the valley deep is a bastard child from the belly of the beast. Going bar to bar all across the land. All the women call him just the country man. Way down in the valley deep is a bastard child from the belly of the beast. Going bar to bar all across the land. All the women call him Mr. Country Man.
Body image and positivity are major impacts in today's society. At Nurse to Beauty, we believe in bringing the beauty from within to the forefront. For those of you who are planning to have cosmetic surgery, Nurse to Beauty is ready and available for all of your post-operative needs. My name is Dontricia Dunham, and I am the registered nurse and owner. I have over 10 years of experience with emergency medicine that has aided me in giving quality medical care for cosmetic surgery clients. We specialize in a number of safe and effective options and solutions to help you achieve your ideal body image. Have a one-on-one virtual consultation via phone or private suite location. Have your lymphatic therapies and all other postoperative needs performed by a licensed medical professional. Mobile postoperative services are also available upon request. Not interested in cosmetic surgery at this time? No worries. We also provide an array of body modification services to fulfill all of your beauty enhancement requests. We understand how costly aftercare can be after a cosmetic surgery. Ask about our affordable payment plans today with instant approval and no hard credit check. Log on to www.nurse2beauty.com for more information. Call or text 404-849-0260. For education, client transformations, and reviews, follow all of our social medias at Nurse to Beauty. See you next time.
Hits 92.3. And look, we are talking about. I want to start with the Suki comment that she made.
Girl.
So Suki did an interview with somebody, and the guy asked, "Can a father be a good father if he did? Was it father or just in general?" He was
No,
asking.
father.
Can a father be a good father if he disrespects the mother of his child? And I think yes, he could still be a good father. He just don't like her. The way she put it out there, though, she was so vulgar with it. She was like, F that B and blah, 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 blah. And some of these women are trash. And I agree with everything she said, just not as harsh as she said it.
Right.
But I do believe that you can be a good father. You just don't have to like the mother. And I'll say a personal situation that I know. I have a cousin that have 2 little boys. He had it with this one woman, and I knew she was a little thrown off at the beginning. I told him, I was like, something's different about her. I don't know what it is, but she a little weird. And he's grown up without his 2 boys because she has always kept him from his kids because he decided to marry somebody else. He never cheated on her with the new girl. He moved on. And when they broke up is when all the issues started. So then when he started dating someone else is when she took the boys away. Because at first it was always a hard time to even see them when he was single.
Mm-hmm.
So when he got in a relationship, it was in courts every other week, and she taught them to hate him.
Not in courts.
In court.
Ooh.
And she taught the boys to hate their dad. So when they're going to court and they're asking the boys questions, do you want to go with your dad? They're like, no. So of course, if the kids are saying that, then the court is going to go with that too. So he would bash the crap out of her, and people would always feel a way about that. But I never saw it in a way of him being disrespectful to the kids by how he felt about her. What's your thoughts on that?
So when I saw it this morning, that's what made me send it to you, because I just feel like a man can be a good father if he bashes the mom, because him being a father and his relationship with the mom are two different things.
Mhm.
For one, for two, a lot of women have babies to keep a man. A lot of men, women have babies to get a check.
A lot of men have babies.
But they do. But like women are having babies in some cases to keep a man, and in other cases to get a check. So because the
Mhm.
relationship ends does not mean that the father is not a good father and that you have to take them to court, because all men don't require court to take care of their children.
Right.
You know, some men out here do take care of their kids willingly and they go above and beyond. So I agree with what she said. Now, the way she said it, her delivery was a little bit vulgar. I'm gonna use vulgar.
Yeah, it was very.
It was it was it
It
was
was
over the
Suki.
top.
It was Suki.
But I expect that from her. Like,
yeah, it was
that's
Suki.
her personality
Mhm.
or whatever. But I definitely agree with what she said. They gotta do better.
They got to.
Women gotta do better, because it's like your relationship ended, but that don't mean that he can't be a good parent.
Mhm. So somebody's probably gonna be mad, but I'm not saying no names. As much as I would love to. Somebody that I know knows somebody that when they were working together would show pictures and videos of his kid's mother doing things to him and other women. The men that worked with them didn't respect him because of how he would put his own kid's mother out there like that.
Mhm.
So some men and women would feel like you can't be a good parent, depending on how you treat the mother of your kid. Um, Now, if you are acting a certain way that involves the kid, then that's a different story. But just how you feel about the other parent, I don't think it has anything to do with the kids. Like you said too, like some dads won't come around because the woman done left him. He
Mhm.
won't take care of his kids because the wife won't, come around or he
And
can't get her back.
a lot of times when people move on, the other party, both male and female, are so butthurt to the point where they don't want to do for their children, or they don't want to come get the child because they feel like, oh, if I come get the child, then I'm allowing the other parent to have a
Exactly.
life. So
Yep.
I mean, I just feel like when relationships
Ain't that
end,
crazy?
that it's very but it's very real. But when relationships end, that does not mean that your relationship with your child has to change. It
Mm-hmm.
should be two working adults coming together to co-parent, because at the end of the day, everything is in for the betterment of the child.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like once we as parents understand that the child comes first and that it's about the child and the betterment of the child, and take our personal relationship and our personal feelings out of things, we'll be better. But like in this case, women are emotional creatures. So
Yeah.
a lot of times, we lead with emotion. I just thank God that I've never had
I know. I
bitter
look dead
baby
at
mama
her.
syndrome, and I know Sunshine got her hand up to the right. Sunshine, what you gotta say?
No, I actually have a question. I want to pose a different part of the question to the
Mhm.
question. Okay, so is it bitter baby mama syndrome, or are you isolating the child from the other parent if that parent doesn't show up when they're supposed to? If that person is
That's
letting the
different.
kid, that's why I'm asking. So
Yeah, that's
if that person is letting the kid down, if that person is saying, oh yeah, I'm about to come pick you up, and they sitting there at the window waiting for daddy to come and daddy never comes, or I got you for your birthday, and they never they never send a
That's
birthday gift. Are you wrong as a parent to stop that parent from being in that child's life then?
no.
Or should you always, if that parent wants to be a part of that kid's life, do you always leave that door open for them, or do you protect them? And we have some comments too.
So I think everything requires a conversation, right? So if you decide that you're not going to show up when you're supposed to show up the first time, okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Okay, like, maybe something happened and you didn't feel like communicating it. But the second time, we're going to have a conversation about it, and we're going to discuss it so that we can try to work towards the betterment of the child. Because again, I never want to put my kids in a situation where they feel like I'm pulling them from their other parent. And I never want to put them in a situation where they feel like I'm bad talking to their other parent. So for me, if it was my case, I would definitely, like talk to my co-parent. But if you keep doing what you gotta do, you're gonna take me to court. And
Mm.
we got to discuss this in court and let the courts determine, like what's going on.
I think I see slightly different of how I would do that, kind of like that, but I would never revoke them access to them. I would just stop telling my child that
Mhm.
daddy's gonna come. I will always leave the door. So that's the difference. Like I wouldn't you wouldn't have to take me to court for that. I will always leave the door open. It's just a matter of it's gonna be a surprise because daddy's at the door
Right.
this time. Instead
Mhm.
of because you don't know. Somebody could change at some point. Um the kid if you take the option away altogether because out of 10 times daddy only showed up twice, he might have showed up 5 times, and that might not be 10, but that's saying you're never going to do right when you don't know if a person is going to change or a
Mhm.
situation is going to change. So for me personally, I will always leave that door open. I just wouldn't tell the child daddy's coming on Friday. I would
Right.
never tell them after that. It's a surprise whenever your dad shows up, because the reason I did that, I was damn near 30 when I found out that my dad wasn't really around for his choice. My mom did an amazing job at never putting it out there like, oh, your dad is a deadbeat. He's not around. I call him. He don't show up. She's never done that. And we have this great memory of going to buy shoes for school one time. And I'm like, that's the biggest memory I have of him outside of the one summer that I spent with him. I was like, I remember that time when we all went to the mall and he let us pick out whatever shoes we wanted, and you had dropped us off. I found out when I was almost 30 that she gave him the money to buy the shoes. So he didn't even do that. But
Yeah.
she never revoked any access to us. She could have been like, you ain't got no money to buy them no shoes. No, I'm not taking them to the mall. She's just like, okay, you want to see your kids want to see you.
Um.
I'll give you the money to buy the shoes so I can just pretend that you bought them.
Your
That's what my mom did.
your comment section is going off. So
Yeah, okay,
okay.
what we got?
Okay, here's the first one. It's up there now.
Not a crafty
Username.
username said people change sometimes for the worse.
Absolutely.
That is
'Cause
true.
Mm.
who
Very
you're in a
true.
relationship with is definitely 9 times out of 10 not the person that you're going to co-parent with after a relationship.
Ooh wee.
And I'm
Mm.
gonna
And being
drop my
married doesn't change that. There are a lot of women that complain about being married and still being a single parent, and their other parent isn't showing up or isn't
Mhm.
pulling their weight. So
That happens
marriage
too.
doesn't always make a good father. There's that. Here's the
Even
next
through
one.
divorce too.
Yeah,
Let's
'cause I
add
get
to that.
tired.
Even if you are married and that person was very helpful in the house or not very helpful in the house, because some people be like, you should have married them then. They was a great parent when we were married,
Yeah.
but then when we got divorced they just stopped being a great
And
parent.
that's the thing.
Luckily
Just
for me,
because
I ain't got to deal with
just
that.
because you marry someone doesn't mean that if your relationship goes south that they're going to be a good co-parent. And I think
Exactly.
that's what's
Or
wrong.
vice
Like
versa.
in my opinion, that's what's wrong with society. Everybody want to say, "Oh, that's why you should be married before you have kids." Well, you can go through the
You
same
don't know
thing.
how
You don't know how a
it's
person
going to be when you
you don't
break
know
up.
how a person is going to be until they are faced with having to co-parent
Yep.
after the demise of a relationship.
Yep. Until they lose you
And then
or leave you.
we put so much emotional intelligence on people that have absolutely no emotional intelligence. As a matter of fact, a lot of them are emotionally retarded. And
Mhm.
so we're expecting them to do things the way they should instead of the way they do, and or the way that they are,
The way that they are.
right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, there's that too. Here's your next comment.
If your baby daddy or mama started doing shitty things, you can't expect the other parent to feel the same way as they used to. Yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
That's true.
that's very self-explanatory. I mean, if you change, then that's what it is. Bitter baby mama syndrome is circumstantial.
You got bitter baby
Can it
daddies
be
too. So like
circumstantial?
you got bitter baby daddies and bitter baby mamas. It's not always just the woman. It just so happened that the topic today that came across
Right.
the timeline was about moms, but you got it on both ends.
Yeah, it's both ends. There's times baby daddies are pieces of shit, but they try to dehumanize their baby mama by saying she has baby mama syndrome. Truly
Mhm.
disgusting.
True.
Mhm.
I had to read it again. Okay. Goodness. I find it insane. My close friend says she won't move in and live with somebody till she's married to that person. You don't know how the dude is gonna act 24/7. I always
Sweetheart,
say
woo!
you're gonna test
That
drive
is-
a
you-
car before you buy it.
And that's
Baby.
100% fact.
I would never live, and I don't. Let me say this first. I would never ever knock somebody that wants to do that. So I won't think they're crazy. I don't think anything of them. Me personally, I'm not even getting in a serious relationship unless we are intimate. I'm not locking in with somebody permanently unless I know every aspect of everything of this
Mhm.
person.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
And that's kind of how I move now. Like, I'm going through so many channels before getting into a serious relationship. You think I'm gonna live with a person? I mean,
Mary.
yeah, you think I'm gonna marry a person before we live together? Ain't no way.
No way.
There's no way I would do that. And again, I'm not knocking anybody that would do that, but yeah.
It's not my thing. I'm not
I don't
doing
think
it.
it's insane though. I think it's old school mentality, and I think they want to make sure that that person is their quote unquote person before sharing a bed with them every day. I can see that. I'm open to see how other people think. I just wouldn't do it personally. Oh, that's kind of big. So what are some things that you would not do? Well, I guess that's the biggest one.
What?
Is live together. What else would you do would do without having to be married? Because everybody's not big on marriage these days.
Right.
So that's kind of a hard, like if I would have asked that 2-3 years ago, that probably would have been a good question. I'm good on marriage and I'm good without marriage. And I have always been on the side of marriage is my end goal. Partnership is my end goal, but I don't see myself putting both of our names on a piece of property if we're not married. That is still my old school mentality. I wouldn't buy a house with a boyfriend.
Why?
I don't know. I'm kind of like how they feel on that. That's my
But
old school thinking of it.
I have a friend who her and her significant other don't want to be married. Right. But they've been in a relationship for, I want to say like 15, 16 years. They got multiple properties together, multiple businesses together, and they're just fine. You wouldn't know that they weren't married.
Gotcha. Because they
You
do
know what I'm saying?
everything
So
together.
I really feel like it depends on the person. It depends on the situation. And depends on the couple.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's all I got on that.
Me too.
You got to test drive the car. Exactly.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't buy a car without and it's so funny. Before all of these situationships and partnerships came about and everybody was on marriage or single, the guy that I used to see completely against marriage, completely against kids. He's like ill to kids. And so he's over 40 and he's still like ill to kids and ill to marriage. And so I used to always be like, if something were to happen to you, your mom would have to do this and the third. I couldn't be the one that, they wouldn't call me for that because I'm not your wife. He was like, all we got to do is go do X. All the stuff that people say today.
But
he been saying that for like 20 years.
And I've been saying the same thing because I used to be that person. Like, oh my God, so if we don't have this legal document, but you can
still do all of that stuff.
Yeah, like you can still put things in place for, like, I'm not legally married, but if something happens to me, like he has the say so.
Yeah,
like I'm a will and live, and I got things in say so, and vice versa. So it's like,
yeah. And I think that's my thing with buying property with somebody. I just feel like, I don't know, maybe we got to be together like over 5 years, and I'm like, okay,
but there's still things.
It's just the living together.
It's still things in place that you can do for that too with property.
No. It even the legal document side of it. It's the this is it side of it for me.
It's not, because you can sell property.
I'm saying like we're living together. We done bought this house. I can't go to my house and you go to your house. This is it. This is our house. We both on this piece of paper. And one can't put the other out for any reason whatsoever. This is it. So I'm like, if we ain't married, I don't know if I want to do that with a boyfriend. Unless, like I said in my mind, maybe the what's the word I'm looking for?
But you can't put, but with that, you can't just put a husband out. I mean, look at the housewife.
Oh yeah, I mean that's my husband though.
In the basement.
Yeah, but that's like, my husband. I wouldn't even be thinking about negative stuff with a husband.
But your long-term partner, why you thinking negative?
That's what I said. He had to be a long-term. He had to be 5 years plus before I buy a house with a man. I would. So this is my thing.
I wouldn't buy a house with a person short term.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you just my boyfriend and we kicking it, and no, I'm not buying a house with you.
But at the stage I'm at where we raising kids and stuff, like we can pretty much do whatever. Like once
y'all are different because y'all are like a family.
Once kids are involved,
it's all in.
Yeah, then. Like once my kids are involved, I'm all in because my kids ain't just gonna be cohabitating with anybody.
Yeah, exactly. What was I gonna say? Yeah, it has to be 5 year plus. But I kind of feel like that about posting on social media too. I'm like, I had a bad experience, so I'm just big on like I don't want to put nobody on social media.
Oh yeah, I'm not posting you until I know. Like when I post you, that means
kids are involved.
I know that we are here, we are locked in, and it is what it is. Like I'm just
See, our livelihoods are different though. You have little kids and he has little kids, so it's easier to gel as a family versus it's just me.
just you.
It's just me. So it's like, why would I do that? It has to be like this relationship was so. And shout out to my mentor, Regina. Regina has been anti-marriage. She's just like, girl, don't do this, don't do that. She just got married. She's in her 50s. And it was like the relationship was so great. Why not? I have to be, because I've been divorced twice, it has to be a why not. It's so great. That's all we missing. It's just to go ahead and lock this in permanently and legally. Because outside of that, we good. What we get you changing this? You stay there, I stay here. You come spend the night with me. I come spend the night with you. And we good. I think that works. That works for me. I never, and it's so funny that I'm in this space and even talking like this because this was not me even a year ago.
Absolutely not. And if they really know KELZ, that's why I'm over here laughing so hard. Because absolutely
That
not.
would not be me. I'm like, nah, I need my man. Shout out to Big Red Leads. Interesting discussion. Having a good picker is a start. How is the person with children? How is the person with their family? How high is their level of patience?
Absolutely.
You got, oh my gosh, you have to be. I am. What they say? I'm a piece of work. Yeah, I'm a piece of work. I am very, very. I feel like I'm difficult. So it got to take a strong, patient person to want to be in a relationship with me and to go through all the hoops and things that I like. It's just, I don't know. I'd be like, bless y'all heart. I appreciate y'all, but it's a lot. No kids involved. I feel like just under a year to start posting up your significant other on social media. No kids involved. I feel like just under a year. Um,
Mm.
I don't know.
Pinky.
I still
So,
think
I
a
mean,
year.
I
I
would
was
say
post a,
safe.
I
so-
post a pinky
so
or an
under-
elbow.
Right. Under a
We-
year, I will post hints. Like under a year, I'll post and I would even post his full arm because his tattoos are very noticeable. So
Uh-huh.
I would post him and put
You
things
did an
over.
amazing job, sis.
I put, like I would post him and put things over like his arm or things you would have to see us out.
See, I don't even want to put stuff over you. I just rather not post you, period, if I got to do
and then,
that.
like it was just you or like I just like a little hint or the side. Like it
Uh-huh.
was just like so just so you know that it's somebody there.
Gotcha. I just feel like if I'm somewhere, y'all know KELZ ain't by herself. And I ain't even got to post nobody for that to be known because y'all know I ain't there by myself. Shout out to the weekend. I went to Birmingham to see Tyrese. I love Tyrese.
First of
I
all,
went to see Tank too, but Tank did not come out. And I
First
don't
of
think that was his
all.
fault.
First of all,
Yes.
I saw on the gram.
On the ground.
I saw on the gram
on
that
the
she was
gram.
gone, and I said, "Oh, this Negro in Birmingham." So I sent a group
It was
message.
surprise.
I sent a group message.
You
Sunshine
did.
respond, and KELZ just left us on red. I said, oh, "Okay, I'm gonna handle her on Wednesday." And I'm glad you brought that up.
And I was about to not bring that up.
I said, and she just then went on to Birmingham. Just post like, I'm in Birmingham.
And was and
She
had
said
an
it's so
amazing
casual.
time. I had fun, y'all. I needed to get out. I have not been anywhere in a long time. And one of the things I said was I wanted some soul food. I was like, I just want some good ass soul food. Then I was like, I haven't been to a concert in forever. I want to go to a concert. So somebody had a great idea. Don't plan nothing on Saturday. I'm thinking, I'm gonna get cute and we about to go downtown and yeah, we went all the way to Birmingham to a concert. So that was fun.
I mean, you only stay 30 minutes from Birmingham, so
Yeah, no, seriously. Seriously, it was like a 2-hour drive that felt like 30 minutes.
I know.
Yeah, so I had fun. I needed that. But he made a joke about not being posted. He was like, hold on, let me take your pictures. Let me do these so I won't be in your video. He was like,
But
because I
you
know
know
how
what?
you feel about being on social media.
You know what? Mine used to do that because you know how when you take certain pictures, their reflection show depending on where you are, and like he would, and I'm like,
He was like, it's not that big.
because people look through glasses.
No, I do.
People look through glasses.
I
or
do.
whatever
I'm
to
one of
kind
those people.
determine,
Hi, me. I look through glasses. I check
got
backgrounds. I check everything. Big Red Lee said, I'm not a baby daddy. I'm a father, mentor, teacher, protector, provider. My children call me for everything, and I love every single call. I'm responsible for raising 3 princes and a princess. Shout out to Big Red Lee.
See, I like that though. I like that because
Yeah.
everybody don't
He is
deserve
not a baby
the baby
daddy.
daddy, baby mama title.
Mm-hmm.
in
And we
my
literally,
opinion.
my kids are 22 and 18. We don't call each other baby mama, baby daddy. So yeah, I'm in Orlando. I was close enough to the stadium to not even need tickets to hear the weekend live. So yeah. So back to posting anyone online. He was like, "Dang, you got to be married to post somebody." I was like, "Yeah, or at least engaged." Like I would love to propose. I mean, to post my amazing proposal because I even got restrictions on that. Don't be laying in the bed talking about will you marry me. I want
No.
grand. I want my family there.
And
My
I was about to
friends
say,
got to be there.
whoever it is needs to make sure that Ashley Nicole and Sunshine are there. If you need help, reach out.
There, that part. Yeah, I did make sure I'm head to toe. My nails is done. You get me needing a manicure, I'm gonna be pissed. Make sure I'm right. I look good. My hair
Yeah.
is done. Just I don't know. I don't know what you got to do, but if you my friend, don't let me go out
Yeah,
bad because
you can't go out bad.
you can't go out bad because I want a drastic. What kind of proposal would you want? This off bar, just
Oh
because
my
I brought that up.
God, why did we?
If you were doing a proposal and he was
Um,
like, "Whatever you want, just tell me what you want." What would you want?
So if it was me, I would want, of course, my children there. I want my children, and I think him, but I would want. I don't know. I don't think I would want it 2 grand, but knowing my partner, it would be too over the top.
Too over the top.
Yeah. But I do want to record it. I would want it recorded
Mhm.
because I'm the type of person I record everything, not for posting purposes. Because if you look in my phone, I have everything recorded. But I like
I'm
to go.
horrible with that.
I'm the person that likes to go back and look at things and be like, "Oh, baby, look how we were on this particular day," or something like. I do it with my kids too. Like so.
I want a saxophonist there because that's my favorite instrument. So saxophonist got to be there. A singer, like an amazing bomb singer. I want flowers, candles, roses. I want all my friends and all my family. Like, yeah, I want the whole nine. It's just, blah. Oh, he love her so much. I'm sick of them. I want over the top. Make somebody sick. I can't stand the fact that he did all that.
But
I want it big.
If I did get engaged, nobody probably would know until like we're getting married. Like people who were coming to the actual ceremony would know, but everybody else probably wouldn't know until I was actually like married.
Oh no, somebody need to go ahead and be streaming
Like
live.
I want it recorded.
Somebody need to be on social media
no, I
live.
want it recorded, but it would probably be more than likely that will come out like right before the wedding.
Gotcha. And if I got married, I want a big. I always call it a big stupid wedding. I want a big stupid wedding. And people be like, "Won't you save that money to buy?" I have a house. I got that already. I'm 43. I've never had a big wedding. I've never had a proposal, so I want the whole shebang.
Now the wedding is what I want, just like. And then the craziest thing is, even though I want it to be grand and over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we already know we're gonna do this there, but anyway, even though I want it grand and over the top, I still only want a handful of people there.
Gotcha. I'm that part too.
Like,
I don't
when
need
I
a
say
bunch
I
of
like- I
people
just
I'm
want-
not close to.
I
There.
want my like immediate family, and I want people that I talk to on a consistent.
Yes,
basis.
that part.
And that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
If-
have to have 100+ wedding. I don't need that.
No.
Yeah, I don't need that
'Cause
part.
my wedding,
I want the
had
wedding
like
for
100
me.
I had 150 guests, and people was walking up to me talking about, "Hey, Ashley." I'm like, "Hey, I don't even know who you are."
Oh no, see, I
So,
don't
like,
want
I
that
don't-
wedding.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I don't want nobody in on my special day like that unless we're close. Yeah. And that's the thing. I learned on my birthday that everybody thinks you're close.
That's the thing. Everybody feels like that.
Everybody. When I say we had a section for my family and close friends, the close friends part was gray. And I didn't want to tell anybody, no, not you.
But
So
I know,
just
like
let
for
people
me,
sit.
when it came to when it comes to like different things like that, people are always they send me messages on social media. Make sure when you get married that I'm there, and I'm like, oh, you would not be. I'm like
that part. Why do
and
people
then-
say that?
Or they come up to him like if we're together and we're all like talking. They'll say, "Make sure I'm there. Make sure I am there." And I'm like,
but we're not close.
okay.
Well, okay, girl. Big Red said, being a father is a thankless job. Ladies, What are your characteristics of a father for your children? Hey, Kels, I played the alto sax. Just
Uh-oh.
FYI. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Big Red Leaks is going to be our saxophone player for KELZ when she gets
Yes.
engaged.
So he's
saying that so he can be one of
he
the
wants-
people that he can be engaged. He can be engaged. You're not reading that right.
he wants to be the
He's-
fiance playing the sax.
Yes.
Hey, B Red.
Okay.
Now the
so-
question, can you put that back up? He said, "What are the characteristics that you look for in a father?" Is that what he's asking?
That's what it sounds like.
Yes. And a father for your children.
So mine would be, I have two different characteristics that I'm looking for. One is if he already has children, do you already take care of the ones that you currently have?
Amen.
That's the number one thing I'm looking for. What kind of father are you to them? I need to know, obviously, the things of a father is the same things I would know for somebody that I want to marry. Do we have the same values? Do we both believe in the same beliefs, same principles? Politics, all of that stuff matters because of how you have to raise your children. How you are with me. I'm on both ends of the spectrum. I don't like somebody that's too bossy, but I don't like anybody that let me do whatever I want to do either. Because I feel like if you're like that with me, then I'm going to be a single mom in a relationship with you. If you are not very leadish with me, how am I going to expect you to lead our kid? You don't even stand up to me.
Right.
So I look at how you lead as a person, how you're respected. Because I would want my child to want to be like their father.
Absolutely.
So those are the things I would look for character wise.
Yeah. Grown Ashley, but spiritual is going to be very, very important for me because I feel like if you have that connection, then you're able to talk to the higher power so that you can be able to lead your family in the correct way. I definitely need a leader because in a relationship, I need a leader. So, and I need a person who is willing to be patient and teach our children because kids need guidance. Even if you've done things in the past that weren't substantial or upholding, if you can show them, hey, this is what I did, but this is how you walk in the right path. That's why I need somebody that's a great leader so that they can show the kids like, hey, this is what, like, this is what you do. And this is how we, we move forward. Politics is very important because
yeah,
can run amok.
Run amok in this house, and we had two different beliefs.
Right.
I'll add one, and this is, I mean, even still at 43, how active are you in life? Do you go to the gym? Do you have a hobby? Do you play a sport? Do you do anything? Because if you have it's that part. Because when a kid want to throw a ball or she want to go for a walk, are you going to be the couch potato? Are you going to be active with the kid? So yeah, those are things I would look for. But that's me talking. If I was younger, at 43, I don't think very many men are doing a lot. They're probably too busy working and stuff. But I do like an active man that is active in something.
I beg to differ because I feel like if you you do what you want to do, like you make time for what you want to make time for. So even with like my household, everybody in something.
Okay.
All our kids in something. I'm running around like a chicken with her head cut off.
I remember them days.
All the sports, all the dance, everything. But with that being said, even though this man runs 7 to 10 businesses, he don't miss a game. He still does his share with taking to practice. He still does his share with going to football.
Yeah, you got to be active.
He still does his share like with all of that. So I just feel like you make time for what you want to make time for.
And two, again, I'm your first child. So how you are, again, I'm just going to keep saying how you are with me will tell the type of father that you're going to be to our child. Because I'm a child in itself. Like I need a lot. I need a lot of time and attention sometimes. This is the thing. When we're together, I want all your time and attention. When we're not together, I'm cool. So you got to be able to balance those two things. But if we're around each other, you're going to be moving. It ain't no sitting down. We chilling. You doing something. So yeah, you are. I am your first daughter.
Wait,
you might as well claim me on your taxes.
what?
I didn't even read that.
Oh,
What he say, Ashley?
I'll be your baby pappy.
The morning after show. Shout out to the morning after show. Yeah.
T. Rico Brown said, y'all need to have these conversations with the younger generation because the older women are a lost cause. T.
Ooh.
Rico,
Ooh.
I don't
think the older women are
Rico.
not
Wait, hold
lost
on. Let
cause,
me
wait a
Rico, don't
minute.
make me fight you when I
Yeah,
see you.
and let me
Somebody who's
address
40.
this too.
Like, you talking to women that are in their 40s. So like, how we
He
a lost
close
cause?
to.
But not only that
older.
though, but we talking about men that just want to sit around and scratch and watch football all day, and you just want somebody to come bring you a sandwich and serve you and stuff. Like, what are you doing? You be acting like women is boring and they hard headed and can't learn and stuff like that. We literally telling y'all misogynistic, and you don't want to learn how to not
don't
be
wanna
misogynistic. Like, I know you lying, T. Rico Brown. I bet you got gout.
Shout out to Rico. Rico 30 plus himself.
Be playing with her.
Stop it, sir. But he said women in their he said older women are a lost cause.
Yeah.
It's so funny that it's so many younger men that do not want younger women because they feel like they are a lost cause, and not in a way of they're hard to deal with. They don't feel like they're mature enough. So when an older man says something about an older woman, you want an immature woman because the younger ones don't want the younger women.
So I got two thoughts, right?
No, I don't think it's. I think it's they want someone that they can mold into what they
Yeah,
want.
they're immature.
Yeah, so you just want someone that you can mold, that's easily manipulated.
So
Yeah.
I think, the tide has shifted.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, older men definitely only wanted younger women for that reason right there, right?
Mhm.
But I stand on business when I say a lot of older women are very active still have that young, childlike wonder or whatever that keeps them moving and keeps them young, and they look just as young as the young girls. So I feel like a lot of the older men are okay with older women as well, right?
Mhm.
And then on the other end, I think it's a lot more younger guys that is like, you know what? Let me get a nice little cougar. You know what I'm saying? So all of these men who are trying to convince older women that nobody is going to want you, you're thinking about somebody who look like Ophelia.
Exactly, and they don't exist no more.
They don't. That woman does not
don't exist
exist
no
no
more.
more.
Like we
Hey,
keeping our bodies up.
Rob, I was gonna say, have you
Exactly.
seen Auntie's back?
Exactly.
Have you seen Auntie's back? Did you see when little Duval was
Man.
posting them aunties and they was
Girl,
face down, ass up?
was-
Shouted, I almost called the auntie and was like, do you need a niece? Or like, can I what? Y'all trying
Right.
to convince us of something
It's a
that's not
different
real
age.
anymore.
And what I say earlier, everything you knew was taught or learned back in the day, you got to let it go. It's a
Yeah.
different world.
It
We
is.
look different.
It's a completely different world. You have to do what works for you, but it's a completely different.
It's a completely different world. And I'm having a hard time finding older men of certain statures. They're not like, even when they say the older man is doing XYZ. Hold on. Well, KELZ, my older son is out of the house. My daughter is graduating from South Carolina. My two youngest sons are in private school. I'm super active, very successful entrepreneur. I'm him.
Shoot your shot, Big Red.
And I just
Big
read all of
Red.
that.
Big Red.
Shoot your shot. Yes.
Big Red.
Well,
you know
sir.
what? Shoot your shot.
Okay. Well,
What's his number?
I don't even remember what I was saying. Ashley, stop looking like that. Wine and Women Wednesday, y'all.
I love this show.
I'm mad I left my hookah at
Oh,
home.
Big Red.
Where
Dang,
you live?
right,
Look, where
right
you
there,
live?
live in. Now that's how I
Live
always
and
used to
direct.
be. If a guy was to come at me, I never liked him to be in my DM because I feel like you in everybody DM. Love me out loud. Put it out there. Put it out for everybody to see. That has always been my thing. When I saw that, I was like, uh-oh. Shout out to Big Red.
Wait,
Straight
look,
on
Tuning
YouTube.
in,
don't do that.
the
Jump in
Lick
my
Show.
DM first. Be quiet. Shh, don't tell
You said
nobody.
jump in the DM
Yeah,
first.
don't tell
Straight
nobody.
on.
I ignore the DM.
Because
Straight
you
on
might
YouTube.
get ignored for a long time before I don't want you to tell everybody out loud you like me. I don't do that. Don't do that.
Let me know.
Let me know personally so I can tell you don't like me.
I'm done. So I can hurt your feelings in private.
Don't like me.
Ew. I sent somebody's message to somebody yesterday. He was like, "Oh, he ugly." He was like, he said that has always been his thing. If he had a chick, if somebody tried to holler at her, he was like, the dude at least gotta look like something. If you're gonna be in my girl DM, you gotta like look like some or have some type of statue to be in my girl DM. He was like, then I'll feel some type of way. And that goes to be what people say, and I say too. I want somebody to look at my man. I don't want you to approach him, but I want him to be attractive. That you at least be like, oh, okay, I see you. Right? They gotta be. I don't want somebody like.
I used to date a guy long time ago.
Apparently, too many were. That man slept with half of Atlanta. So yeah, he had enough. In his DM.
Ugly guys get girls too. But he used to find it attractive, like if we were out somewhere, whatever. Like I see in my mind the canon event where he told me we were in a Hi-Fi buys. That shows you how long ago it was.
Oh wow.
She said, "What is a Hi-Fi buys?" Yeah, we were buying CDs.
I'm about to say like a Circuit City, like that's not gone too.
Right, a CD store. So we were in Hi-Fi buys. He's like 2 or 3 sections over, and a guy walks up and is trying to holler at me, and I'm just turning him down. When it was over with, and he walks up to me, he's like, "That's the sexiest shit ever." Like he finds it attractive. You just holding your own, saying you're not interested, still being a nice woman about it, and not being like, "Ugh, yeah, my face," but still just holding your own. Some men find that shit attractive.
They do. I do too. I do too. I remember I was dating a DJ. I was dating a DJ because I already knew y'all was gonna go there, and I'm not going there. And I was at one of his gigs, and this girl came up and started rubbing his bald head. And at first, I just sat there, and he kept doing like, when he kept pushing her off, she was drunk, so he kept pushing her off like, chill, chill. So I finally went over there, moved her little fingers. I said, "This one's me." When I say that turned that man on to the 10th power, he was like, because I'm so, I'm so chill. He was like, "I've never seen you do this." He said, he was cheesing the whole night. And I was like, "Oh, you like that?"
Oh,
I thought he liked the girl on him. He said, "No, your reaction is what I like." I said, "So you like toxic?" He said, "Just a little bit." He said, "Now I know you got it in you, just a little bit."
No, I don't think that was toxic though. That is assertive.
He thought I was going to come over there and be like, "Hey, I literally physically moved her out the way."
Hey, ma'am.
I almost had KK come out. I don't want nobody to meet her. She crazy.
But on the other end, if he would have checked her, I would have been the person that would have been attracted if he would have checked her and I didn't have to walk over there. Like if I would have been sitting there and just looking, and he was like, "Hey man, my girl about to come over here and knock 5 from you. You need to move."
That part.
And
like
I can trying see, to do his and I can see he having that conversation. Be like, "Yeah, I ain't gotta move,"
and just wave.
Right. He's talking about me, ma'am. Yes, I see
keep
you.
It moving.
Never took eye contact off of you, but
exactly.
I see you. You're not a threat, but
I see you.
Move.
Okay, so we got to wrap up, not yet, but really quickly on that last topic that we had. If your family and friends did not approve of your current mate, would you still marry them?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah, because I'm not marrying you. I'm marrying my mate. I know my mate. You don't know the ins and outs. I put the work in this relationship, not you. Like I don't really personally, I don't really care what family or friends thinks when it comes to my mate, because I know this person. I know them in and out. You don't.
Gotcha.
Your opinions don't matter to me.
And I think the complete opposite. No, I would absolutely not marry somebody that my friends or my family do not like. Really? And maybe they see something I don't see. And they didn't like that last one from early on. They didn't like that last one from early on. It was trying to say, this is the type of person he is. I'm like, y'all don't know him. Like, I'm with him personally by ourselves. Y'all ain't in the house with us having these deep conversations. And that's another thing, just outside of that, of like not knowing somebody, maybe they haven't had a serious conversation with them or been around them long enough. I don't want to have to split my time in holidays and all of this stuff. I want my family to get along. I want us to, because my family is big. They're all here in Georgia, and we do stuff. If you look on the calendar and it's a holiday, they're going to find a reason to celebrate whatever that holiday is. That's how my family is. So I don't want to have to, we're not coming because they don't like man.
And I think mine is a little bit different because here I have a couple of cousins, and my mom lives here, and one of my sisters. But a lot of my family live in Mississippi, and then most of my sisters and like my uncle and all them live in Texas. So a lot of my family gather in Texas for a couple of the holidays. So I will go, but since I've had kids, I like to spend my holidays at my house or doing things around my children. So I don't necessarily want to travel to family homes anyway.
Okay, gotcha.
So it really doesn't
So you're not big on the whole big family thing anyway.
I mean, it's cool, but I prefer spending my time making memories with my children.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's why we kind of see it different.
Yeah, I really prefer spending.
And it's the thing too, like my dad and my brothers and my brother-in-laws, they all of them get along, right?
Mhm.
So it's about to be football Sunday. They're all gonna be doing things together. When my man gonna be sitting at home because don't nobody like him.
That's retarded.
You see what I'm saying? So if I didn't have a big
I
family
think it
here, or we
depends on
weren't
if you have the
close,
family around
I
or
was about
not.
to say it really.
and
just
if
depends
y'all are like
because-
my friends and I bring somebody around you like KELZ, and I'm like, I don't care what my friends
But
say.
you want me to tell you something? Though? I'm the type of friend that even if I don't agree with your significant other,
Mhm.
I can be social and I can be in the same.
Same.
I
But
can
I'm gonna
be
tell
in-
you why I don't
and
like
I can
him.
be in the same setting. So I might say,
Same.
KELZ, I don't like so and so, but this is why I don't like him.
Yep. And I can still
But
be respectful.
I can still be respectful of your relationship. I can still be in the vicinity, and I can still, like
Yep.
maneuver in a
Yep.
in a comfortable setting.
Yeah.
And I might not want to be on no
Unfortunately-
couples trips with y'all because it's too intimate. But
Mhm.
I
I mean, I'm-
unfortunately, I think sometimes that when the other people around you or the family around you finally speak up, it's too late. You too deep in it.
it's too late.
Like, don't tell me you don't like him after we've been together for 7 years, 2
Mhm.
kids. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
don't
for
tell me
real.
that after I done moved in with him. Like, tell me that when we first started talking or something, so I can address it or adjust it then.
It
See,
it makes me so mad.
I'm a little bit different. When my dad finally met my ex, first of all, the circumstances were bad, but the first thing my dad said to me was, he might be a good man, but he's not good for you. I left that man within 30 days. Within 30 days of my father saying that, because I hold the weight is held in his opinion,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But if you're already in a relationship and your parent doesn't speak up and they see those red signs and they're like, I don't want to get into that. I just want to let you live your life or whatever.
Tell me.
But then when you're breaking up, they be like, I knew it. Don't say I knew it.
All of
But you know
Atlanta
what?
did me
But
like
this
that.
is-
with
Don't
that
say
last
I
one.
knew it.
All of
This is-
Atlanta did me like that.
I've
They was like,
only
"Thank God you
been-
left him." What?
That's how they were doing you?
Yes. More
I ain't gonna
people
say
want-
I did too.
More people wanted to work with me once I left him.
But
So I'm like, why wouldn't y'all
wasn't-
say something?
But that was more because
Here
of
I
his
go.
character and not his personality. And I think there's a difference
Sorry,
there.
Sunshine, here I go.
Right.
Read that. I want you to read because I don't want to read it. What did Big Red say? Go back.
Big Red said, no, Sunshine, women don't hit their sexual peaks until late mid-30s and 40s. I don't know what I said that make you said that, but okay, I believe that. I absolutely know that.
No more DJs, KELZ.
And then he said, KELZ. Hey, KELZ. I'm 6'3", 250. I work out every day. Sunshine, she knows me. I'm handsome. I'm an avid reader. I'm an action taker. No more DJs, KELZ.
No more DJs.
Did I
for
do it
sure.
justice, Big Red? Did I sound right?
It was the AKLs like 3 times.
You did it.
Hey,
You did it,
KELZ.
Jess.
Okay, Big Red.
And here we go. Love Connection on his 92.3.
I'm done.
Love is cool with KELZ.
Wait, pause.
Love
Now,
is
KELZ,
cool with KELZ.
are you marriage material? No.
Right. Shout out to next week we're gonna promote that more. But we are all well, I'm not on the panel. I'm hosting it, but I'm gonna be talking to. So we're all on the panel for a there is a play called Are You Marriage Material? And they're doing a panel to try to bring more attention to the actual play. And yeah, that's gonna be a great conversation. The last time I was on the panel, and when that question was asked, Are you marriage material? Is when I was going through learning myself. And I was like, I learned how expensive I was to date because I like to go out and do different things. And I'm like, oh, if somebody can't afford to do certain stuff like that, they would quote unquote love bomb me because they want to keep up with this. But the fun's going to run out at some point if you don't open your mouth and put your foot down with me. If you can't do certain stuff, I'd rather you just say, girl, I can't go. We ain't going there. We're going to go there next week. Shine.
I do not have gout.
I do not. I'm done. All right, so we are on the fence, not on the fence. So you would still marry somebody that your friends and family
Absolutely.
don't approve of, and
I
that's
would
not
marry 'em.
necessarily that they don't like them. That's why I didn't use the word that they don't like them. They just don't approve of the relationship for whatever kind of way. Certain things I wouldn't go with what my friends and family think is if they don't feel like he makes enough money, or
So,
he's a
you want me-
different race, or he's younger or older or something. Those are the only things.
Wait,
It
But
has
you want me to tell
character
But you want me
wise.
to tell you something? So, like for me, what I look at when people give me their opinions on things is would
Mhm.
I trade places with you, right?
Mhm.
So, if your marriage ain't shit, if all your relationships ain't been shit,
Mm.
if every time I turn around you got a problem with your relationship,
Then you're
if
gonna have a
every
problem with
time,
mine.
yeah, like so I'm not.
That
That's
makes
why I
sense
don't.
too.
That's why it's like
Yeah, my dad, he knows me. Like he knows the type of guy that could, I'm going to use the word handle cuz that's essentially what it is. He knows what kind of guy can handle me versus a guy that can't handle me. He even tried to tell my ex, you can't be doing all this stuff early because you're going to have to keep going up from there. You got to tell her no.
and guess what? In my eyes, it's only two people in this world that can say that they know Ashley currently outside of my significant other, and that's my children.
Gotcha.
So if my children came to me
Okay.
and said it's a no, we
Mhm.
wouldn't even be living together because I had this
Gotcha.
talk before.
Now, would it matter what the no was for?
So we would talk like me and
Okay.
we would talk because even before we moved in, I had a talk with my children like, hey, like this is what's going on with my kids. All I say, them niggas start packing, like seriously. So like the way that he is with me and like my children, I'm like okay, but again, like I'm gonna use you for an example. Like if you came to me and you said like it's a no. Like, what's your reason for no?
Right,
What I'm
right,
saying?
right.
But if you've never had any kind of healthy relationship, if you've never, like been able to
Mhm.
whatever, it's why am I gonna take your opinion?
Yeah.
And it's the same, like with me. Like, why
Yeah.
would you take my opinion if you don't want to trade places with me?
That part.
Or you wouldn't walk
So,
in my shoes?
and I'll explain too, that goes to exactly what you said from the opposite end. I haven't had a lot of successful relationships. So somebody's going to have to tell me what they see because I'm going to see good in this person and it could be a shitty ass person, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I don't feel like I pick well.
Mm.
Yeah. So when some people be
Hey,
like, you
Graham.
can't keep a man, it's not that you run a man off. It's sometimes you pick a guy that you should have never been with in the first place and you were trying to make him be something that he was never supposed to be in the first place.
Oh, preach.
So sometimes I need help in that department. Like, what girl? What you see? What you see that I'm not seeing? And my dad is a very good judge of that. He'll ask certain questions, and when he stumps me, I'm like, I'm about to go down the wrong road again because he'll ask regular type questions. What does he do for a living? How long has he been on that job? Where does he live? How long has he lived there? Like certain things you just be like, and then it gets your wheels turning like,
But
dang, I didn't think about that because he was so nice and he
But
treats
you know
me
what?
well.
The older Ashley, I ask myself those questions
Mhm.
before I even, like go there with you. I ask myself, girl, I have a whole checklist of stuff that I ask myself
Yeah.
about a person before I can even do that. And
Yeah.
it's because of my previous relationships that I've had. It's
Mhm.
like I feel like the older I got, the more I learned, and I was able to take what I learned with the guidance of my uncle, because my uncle definitely taught me a lot in my younger years. And if I would have listened to him in my younger years, then I
Mhm.
wouldn't have gone through some of the things that I went through.
Same
But
with
I'm
me,
grateful
girl.
for those
Same
things
for you.
because that prepared me to be the person that I am today.
Mhm.
Like I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't go through certain things.
Yeah, I agree. There has been who is that? Is that somebody I know? KELZ is definitely a tough cookie. Who is that? Do you know who that is?
I think that's T Rico because I said
Oh,
he had
okay.
gout.
Oh, that's
I'm
why he
done.
said he didn't have. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So I want to ask y'all too. I'm gonna ask this question. I'm gonna leave it up there. So I'm gonna work on posting these questions ahead of time. But sometimes we get a situation today where it changed. So I don't like to put the question of the week up. I like to put the question of the day because it could change by the time I'm on the way here and like, oh, I gotta talk about this. I really want to talk about it. That's the beauty of live radio versus a podcast. So anything else you want to say to any of these topics?
I said what
That's
I
it.
had to say.
Said what she had to say. All right, tell everybody where to find you, the specials you got going on.
You can find me on Instagram, mz.ashleynicole. If you go to my bio, everything's there from real estate to hair. If you click on the link, you can get a discount using his 92.3 for all of your hair care needs.
I love it, love it. And it is Wednesday. We have Unbox Top 10 at 4 o'clock. We have, what do we have? Go to Truth at 5 o'clock. We don't have anything after that, right? As of right now.
Raka?
Do we?
Is Raka coming in today?
No.
Okay. And then we have EFABU.
EFAB. I be wanting to say FUBU so bad just
I
because
do
of the
too.
letter.
I do too.
EFABU. It stands for something, and I can't think right now. But it is our newest show. I'm gonna start posting them more too, so y'all can get familiar with them. They are at 7 o'clock, correct? 7 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am.
So, make sure you follow Hits 92.3 for all of the shows, all of the content. YouTube. We need more people to subscribe to the Hits 92.3 YouTube channel and comment on some of these episodes, y'all. You can find our flagship show, All Hustle No Fear, with Sunshine, Monday through Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. The Lick Show, I'm just going to say Wednesdays, 12 to 2. I think that's it. You can find me on all social media platforms at The Real Who Is KELZ. I'll read that after. Let me see, because I'm about to try to read that too. And we out. Peace.
Peace, y'all. Peace. I'm done. Let me
Wait,
let me get off. Let me get off. Let me.
Baby, come see me another day when money ain't a problem. And my Twitter account got about 5 million followers. I'm on a bumpy road, but I'm smooth and go like butter. Fly away like